Hello, and welcome to a realistic day in my life as a full-stack engineer. My name is Vanessa, and I'm an American working here in Stockholm, Sweden. Today, I will walk you through what a typical day looks like for me as an engineer. I've been living in Stockholm now for almost 5 years, and when I spent my first winter here, it was so hard to wake up and to get through the day because we only have 6 hours of daylight. And so I thought, what do people do? And I figured out that the answer is they drink a lot of coffee. I always start my day with a 1-hour code block of studying or coding a project. This time in the morning is so quiet in my apartment. I have a cup of coffee and I have my cat Catness who is snuggled up with me, and I can just relax and study. Every month I plan out, what do I want to accomplish this month? What topics do I want to learn? And this 1-hour code block in the morning allows me to stick to my learning schedule. I've noticed on the days where I don't do my 1-hour study block and I just jump into my workday, I can never find the time throughout the day to actually study. There's always meetings and I need to answer emails and messages. Keeping this 1-hour block in the morning is super productive for me. After my study block, I quickly change out of my PJs and put some makeup on before stand-up. My team requires that we keep our cameras on, so I have to change out of my PJs. My workday always starts with a stand-up. Everyone in the stand-up will share what they're working on and if they have any blockers. It's kind of used as like a status check-in. It's supposed to be 15 minutes, but it usually goes over. So I just finished stand-up. I have another meeting in 15 minutes. So before that meeting, I'm going to grab a snack. I don't know why, but after every stand-up, I always grab a snack. It's kind of like a ritual or something I do. I'm not sure why. So while I thought this video would be fun to film, it is kind of hard to describe my day because I have signed an NDA. So while I can show certain parts of my day, I cannot show everything and disclose everything. Okay, so I just finished a meeting where we're essentially talking to an external supplier. Do we want to basically make or buy? So we have this need for certain functionality. We don't know if we should build it in-house or go with an external supplier. And so that was that meeting. So now I have about 30 minutes until my lunch break. And so I'm just going to read up on some documentation and try to help myself debug this issue that I'm having in Storybook. Hello, and welcome to my living room. So I've just put some food in the microwave. I always meal prep on Sunday so that I don't have to cook through the week. It's super helpful because I hate cooking. It's super time consuming and I just don't find it fun. It is currently 11:30. This is the usual time that I eat lunch when I work from home. I notice that when I work from home, I really need to stick to a schedule because if I don't, it will be like 3 o'clock all of a sudden and I haven't ate lunch and yeah, I just lose track of time and it's not great. So I try to break down my day into like time slots. So I make sure I'm taking a break, I'm staying hydrated, I'm eating enough. So yeah, I will now eat lunch and then I will try to implement what I was reading about in the Storybook documentation. Hopefully that works. And if so, then I can close that Jira ticket and pick up another one before the end of the day. I also plan to go to the gym today. Also, completely unrelated to tech or anything, but I got this oversized sweater at a thrift store. I'm super into oversized sweaters now, so I always get super excited when I find one I like at the thrift store. Anyway, just wanted to add that in. I've been playing this game called Cat Quest. It's super fun and super cute. Lately I haven't had time to play much, so I'm only going to play for 20 minutes now during lunch. As I've gotten older, I find it hard to play games because my brain is constantly thinking that I need to be productive. It is currently 3:28 and I have made a merge request and my pipeline is running. So while that runs, I thought I would sit and discuss something that's kind of been on my mind recently. By the way, this is Catness. He is one of 2 cats that I have and he's currently making pancakes. So a couple weeks ago, I was having a discussion with our talent acquisition specialist, and she was talking about how my team at the time was wanting to hire another engineer, and we were wanting it to be a senior female engineer. And what she had found is the candidates that she was looking at who identified as female, they were just not senior level. So it's a lot of junior female engineers, but there's hardly any senior engineers. And I found this really interesting, and I kind of lately have been doing my own research into the topic, trying to figure out like what would be the reason for that. I came across the CEO of Girls Who Code talking about this topic. And so it says here in their article that they did a study with Accenture and they found that 50% of women end up leaving the tech force by the age of 35. Many of them saying that they found their workplace to be inhospitable or that it lacked female role models. And I think if I think about my daily work and discussing like role models and some moments where it just felt not good energy, I don't know how to describe it, but sometimes you're in a situation at work where you're just like, that doesn't feel right. And so I was just sitting and thinking about these statistics and all of this and like, how do we improve the situation? Because it's really sad. And I think about even myself, okay, this is my second cat now. So these are the 2 cats that I have, by the way. But sorry, this is an important topic. I shouldn't get distracted. But I was thinking like in my own work, what would I like to see? And I would like to see more females in leadership roles and more senior programmers. I really only have 2 female engineers that I can go to right now. So if the issue really is that we need more role models, how do we address this? Because women are not staying in the industry and thus they cannot become role models. And so I don't know, this has just been on my mind lately. I'm curious, like, what do other people think? Like, is this the main problem, that it's role models and that it's kind of hard to be in kind of a male-dominated industry, which is like every industry almost? I don't know. What are your thoughts? It is now 4:51 and it is dark because I live in Stockholm, Sweden, and the sun, according to this daylight tracker, the sun went down at 14:54, so at 2:54 today. It's just so crazy. It gets dark so early and it's so hard to stay focused. But I was able to start the other Jira ticket that I wanted to start today, so it was a very productive day, so that's exciting. So I will now get ready to go to the gym. One of the things that I dislike about being a software engineer is that we sit a lot. When you look at the research, it is so unhealthy to sit for long periods of time. So it's very important to me that I prioritize going to the gym every afternoon so that I can do weightlifting. I've also found that it's really good for my mental health, especially now when we're in the winter months. I feel it gives my mind clarity and it gives me an extra boost of energy for the afternoon. So I am now home from the gym. It is 6:47, so I'm going to shower, eat dinner, and then I am going to read a little bit of this book that I've been reading called Make It Stick. It's essentially about how do good ideas stick in people's minds and the research that's been done on that. And then also, because I'm a very structured person, I really like to know what am I going to work on this week, even what am I going to work on tomorrow. So I will sit down and map out exactly what I want to work on and accomplish tomorrow. Also, since it is a new month, I always write out what do I want to learn this month, what books do I want to read, what projects do I want to code. Basically, for the month of December, what do I want to achieve? And so I will also do that. Given that I am now doing YouTube, my time is very limited, and so I need to structure it in a way where I have enough time to do fun things like thrift shop and also do more like productive things. So this has been a realistic work from home day as a full stack engineer in Stockholm. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.